Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Clutch. If you're coming back, if it's your first time, hey, my name's John. This is Fealys Clutch. Thanks for joining us. So today we're going to get a box set up because we're sending out one of our snakes to a new home during this whole COVID thing. So not gonna lie, I'm a little stressed out because it's going to be the first shipment during this, and I know that FedEx isn't exactly honoring their overnight. Hopefully we don't have any problems. We're going to keep you guys updated on all that, show you how we pack our boxes, what we do, and I'm going to do a little rant today because I got really worked up. I get my boxes from Ship Your Reptiles. I'll put their link in the description down below. Make sure you check them out. If you have a morph market, they also do a special for those new morph market accounts, and it gives you a discount on your shipping. So that's a nice thing, especially when you're just starting out your business like we are. But so if you've watched our video, and I'll post a video up here showing what we originally used this for. It was for a decoration that we did in our baby girl's room. This is awesome stuff. Everyone seems to love it. I think it really protects the snakes and it helps insulate as far as temperature wise a lot better, instead of using paper or things like that. But whatever you have to use, you use. And what I like to do, this is a little box because we're sending out a little snake, but what I like to do is basically fill it up and create a little pocket for the snake to sit, and then still have a little room for that top piece. Now what they send you is literally everything. Like, they send you a zip tie in a bag if you want to use bags. They send you a little deli cup if you want to use a deli cup. The Lacy app information that you have to have on. They also send you, this is just another piece for the Lacy Act in case they have to search. They send you a cold pack if needed and a 72-hour hot pack. So literally everything you might need to send your animals. And that's pretty much it. And then your styrofoam. So what I do is I go on the sides that say perishable, because you're not going to have anything. It's the middle of summer. So what you want to do is create just a small hole and go all the way through the styrofoam so that your box has breathing holes for the animal, so it doesn't suffocate. It has a way to let heat out. And that should do just fine. And that's about it. You'll put your snake in the bag. You can use this if you want to, but they already have one printed on the box. So I'll just mark Reptile. I'll put the scientific name, so python.We, and then the common name, ball python, and show the amount. And then that's about it. You print out your shipping label from Ship Your Reptile, take it all to FedEx, and they get it set up and they ship it out. Put all that away. That's all set up for tomorrow. When you do order with us, we give you a business card and a couple of stickers just as a thank you. We're there. We're gonna get this guy in and do this. If you don't know yet, I hate masks. So this isn't gonna be fun because I hate wearing these things. I think they're stupid. But everyone has their own opinion. being from a medical background, I don't think these masks really provide all that much. But we're gonna go do this. I don't think they're gonna let me film. They didn't last time, so I'm gonna drop this off and I'll catch up with you when I get back. That little ball python's on to his new home, which is awesome. Can't wait to hear that he arrived safe and to see updated pictures. Now on to the rant. So I went into one of our local pet stores. My last day of work. And the pet store freaking is a store that I've promoted a lot locally. I buy a lot of different feeder type stuff from there for my various types of animals. Most of the people there know me fairly well. They know that I breed, they know that I know a thing or two about reptiles because I've been doing it for a little while. They do have a new crew, and unfortunately the crew that was there the night that I went to pick up feeders and I started looking at animals that they had and asking questions, well, you could tell they were new. You could tell that they just kind of didn't care about their job. They're just there to sell, and that's about it. Because I started asking questions that anyone that has any experience in the reptile industry would ask, because you want to know how old your animal is. You want to know, hey, what size is it going to grow to? What type of an enclosure is it going to need? What's its main diet? Things like that before you jump in. If you're a responsible person, you're going to ask these freaking questions. And they couldn't answer them. So I'm going to pull out one of my babies.
Literally not focusing.
Oh, it's okay. So I'm gonna hold out one of my babies because they calm me down, and I don't want to go super angry and aggressive about this, but I think it kind of needs to be done. They had baby dwarf came in there, and baby dwarf came in, gets to a relatively decent size. Definitely not an animal for everyone, kind of like this carpet python. This carpet python will get to a decent size, and some people just aren't prepared for that. They're not prepared for the amount of money it's going to take to feed this animal from the time it's a baby all the way to the time that it's grown, to deal with the temperament of the animal, because they don't ever handle it. And I was talking to this pet store, and they're like, yeah, they're $325 or whatever it was. I don't remember exactly what it was. But I asked them, I was like, hey, do you ever handle these caiman? Like, do these baby caiman get any interaction? Are they worked with at all, or are you just strictly letting them be full out wild animals that you're just trying to sell off to whoever wants to buy a baby caiman at the time because they think it's cool? And they're like, well, we don't handle them because we don't know about them and the whole COVID thing. And I was like, yeah, I can understand it because of COVID, but that's kind of bullshit because you're around these animals every day. So if they had an issue because of COVID, or you had an issue because of COVID, they already have it because you have to feed them, you have to change the water out and all that good stuff, right? And so then I started asking about details like, well, do you need a permit in the state of Texas for these, or do you need a large aquarium, or what size of an enclosure would you need? And they just couldn't answer any questions. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna be rude. They're just doing their job. Obviously, they're newer here. But then I went over and I started looking at the snakes, and I found a little blood python that was hidden. You couldn't see it. So I go up to the front counter. I'm like, hey, what type of blood python is it? Is it actually a blood python, or is it a Borneo shorttail? Is it albino? Is it T positive or T negative if it's albino? Things like that. Like, when was it born? How many meals has it had since it's been here? And the only thing they were really honestly able to tell me was that since they received it 2 weeks ago, it hasn't eaten. Which, to be fair, is understandable because their shop was probably around 89 degrees. If you know anything about blood pythons, they like it a little bit cooler. Like once you get up into the higher 80s, they get a little bit more aggressive. They don't want to eat. They're pissed off animals, right? And so that was two creatures that I talked about, and I was asking things that anyone would want to know, and they couldn't tell me. So here's where the rant kind of limits off, I guess. If you're gonna do a job, be about that job. Like especially if you're gonna take care of animals. You're gonna take care of animals, that should be your passion. You should be driving forward with that. So find out everything you can about those animals. Find out what you need. Find out when they were hatched or when they were born. Find out what exactly they need for diets, or the type of people that you maybe don't want to sell them to because it may not benefit the animal even though it benefits your shop. Like those are just things to me that I find important. Like I said earlier, I like to hold my snakes. It's a therapy thing for me. And speaking of using them as therapy for myself, I'm going to be explaining in my next video whether these can be considered service animals, like if snakes can be considered service animals or not. And I really hope you guys tag along for that. If you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed this rant, let me know what you thought about what I experienced, if you've experienced it. But do me a favor, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever you feel about this video. Throw in the comments what you think. If you think I'm just doing a shitty job or I'm being biased, go ahead and tell me. And share this with your friends. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we're going to see you next time.